Welcome to day 31 of 40 Days of Strangers on the Way. Today I'm so excited to introduce you to Louise, an elderly woman that I met at an event. I love old people so much, and this lady is a firecracker. So let's get into it. Louise, purple with pink polka dots, choosing joy. Remember the feeling as a child when you woke up and the morning smiled. It's time you felt like that again. Jerry Goffin and Carole King. I had been in the room with Louise for about 2 hours already, but I hadn't formally met her. I noticed her though because her eyes sparkled. Her soft white hair spoke of an ageless wisdom, and her wit was unmatched. I almost doubled over in laughter when she said to me, "Purple with pink polka dots." "Well, that's an interesting color," I said. Louise laughed and said, "That's the color that usually comes to me." Louise and I were paired together for an activity to practice hearing God's voice. As a way to experiment, we were encouraged to ask God for a specific color for the person beside us. The color that popped into my head for my new friend Louise was white. She had a purity about her, almost childlike, and she oozed joy. White fit her well, I thought. And suddenly I heard her say the color she sensed for me was purple with pink polka dots. I flashed quickly to my childhood. Pink and purple were my two favorite colors as a little girl. Pink and purple pillows stretched across the top of my bed. I brought colorful pink and purple folders to school, and pink and purple covered my walls. The color fit me perfectly. "Where does your joy come from?" I asked Louise. "This life is really short," she said. "It's important to find the joy even in the sadness and pain. Before I started a relationship with Jesus, I was a very serious person," said Louise. "Over time, I've learned how to choose joy. Literally, the joy of the Lord is my strength now." "How do you do that?" I asked her. "My dad passed away in May, and life has been really hard. I struggle staying above water sometimes, you know. How do you stay joyful when life is hard?" "Life is hard," she said. "My husband has Alzheimer's, and he's living in a memory care facility right now. Life is hard. But when I get sad or angry, I shoot off an email to 5 of my girlfriends and I ask them to pray for me. Usually by the time I write it out, I feel better, but I send it anyway." I paused for a moment and thought about the times when I had felt sad or angry or scared. I realized that I never really let people into those struggles. But the few times I did reach out to a friend or two, the weight lifted and peace returned. "You are very wise," I told Louise. She laughed. "I don't know about that." "You are," I insisted. "I'm so glad I met you." As our event ended that day, I heard Louise laughing again with girls from another table as we packed up our belongings to go home. I stood there for a moment to watch her, and a big smile stretched across my face. Her joy was contagious. Let's wonder. Joy is yours for the taking today. Are you going to choose it? Joy is yours for the taking today. Are you going to choose it? And then let's activate. Just like Louise, ask God for a color to describe a person in your life this week and notice what the color represents to you. For example, blue could mean calm or serene. Then take a risk and share it with your friend. Just like Louise, ask God for a color to describe a person in your life this week and notice what that color represents. Then take a risk and share it with your friend. And then let's yield. If it's extra challenging to choose joy this day, what friend are you going to reach out to today to let know you're struggling? If it's extra challenging to choose joy this day, what friend are you going to reach out to let know you're struggling?